President last night touting the many economic successes the country is experiencing right now, but Democrats just could not bring themselves to stand and sometimes clap.
After years and years of wage stagnation, we are finally seeing rising wages. African American unemployment stands at the lowest rate ever recorded. And Hispanic American unemployment has also reached the lowest levels in history. And just as I promised the American people.
All right, here to weigh in, social media stars and Trump supporters Diamond and Silk.
Hey,
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
So what'd you make of the fact that even though there were some topics that bring us all together, the Democrats did not stand?
Well, that's what these little Democratic lawmakers do. They sit down on the American people.
That's right.
Here we have a president that wants to stand for all Americans.
Yes.
And you have these Democratic lawmakers, they want to sit down on us. But, you know, it's not going to be tolerated. And see, I think what they want to do is take us back to the Jim Crow days.
That's right.
They want to take us back where they're manipulating, intimidating us, and telling us how it's going to be. They want to hand us crumbs. It's reminding me of that president that said, we're going to give you enough to keep you quiet, but not enough to make a difference. It's time for a president to stand up and make a difference. That's what President Donald Trump is doing. And it's either the Democrats can stand up or we can do like we're trying to grant a path to citizenship. We need to grant them a path to retirement. It's time to retire some of these Democratic lawmakers.
The Congressional Black Caucus sat the whole entire time.
Well, see, these people are in they back in the 60s.
That's right.
This is 2018. We are in a new era, a new America. This man is truly making America great again. Why wouldn't you be happy with us having more money in our pockets? See, they want to hand you crumbs. We can no longer vote for a system that's handing us crumbs anymore. We need to vote for a businessman that wants to make this place great again. And I don't see how the Democrats are going to get in it. How are they going to win it in 2018 and how are they going to win it in 2020?
And if you really look at it, the Democrats is acting just like their party symbol, and I'm not talking about a donkey.
What else does the African American community want from President Trump? What else can he do besides unemployment?
He's doing everything.
Right.
The unemployment rate is low. He's about to do something with this prison system to change that. See, this is what the Democrats wanted.
That's right.
Obama didn't give you this. Why wasn't they sitting down on Obama? He wouldn't even reform the justice system until the very end, until people started calling him out. But now the first year in office, you have this president that wants to do amazing things for all Americans.
You're right that no one really brought that up, but he did say justice reform.
Absolutely.
And that was a surprise to so many people. That's something bipartisan, I thought.
Yes.
It was supposed to be. It's supposed to be. But you have these Democrats. See, these old heads, they got to go. Listen, I want everyone to wake up.
Wake up. Heads?
When I say the old heads, and I don't mean you literally being old, I'm talking the ones that sit on the system, the ones that's working for their own greed and not the need of people. The one that's sitting up in a $4.6 million mansion on a $174,000 salary and choose to boycott the State of the Union and not be there to represent the people.
That's right.
I'm talking about those people. Vote them out. It's time for us to pay attention, not just stay woke. Pay attention to what's going on. The movers, the players, the shakers, and the fakers. Pay attention to them. We got to get them up out of there.
Diamond and Silk, what did you make of the fact that the President of the United States not only talked about the State of the Union, which was stronger, but he also brought out so many Americans and introduced us to their personal stories, how they make a difference?
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's about the Americans and them achieving the American dreams. And the fact that you had everybody from every sort of economic background there, sitting there. Americans. Not illegal aliens, but Americans. This man is fighting for the American people. He wants to put the American people first. And by golly, we need to get behind him. I've never in my lifetime seen anything like this. I am so happy and proud to be an American.
And seeing more Democrats like yourselves. Did you used to be Democrats?
We used to be Democrats because we were conditioned to vote that way. We was taught to do that. But this time we looked at everything. We said, wait a minute, we need to vote for somebody that's not a career politician.
Saying?
Oh, everybody is getting happy. Listen, everybody is getting on the Trump train. We have people walking up to us. I don't care what color they are. You tell the president he's doing an amazing job. We love him. Listen, I know what those Democrats want you all to believe and the little whistle calling that they're doing and how they try to use trigger words to try to scare black people.
That's
But it
right.
ain't working no more, baby.
That's right.
We coming off of that Democratic plantation, a lot of them coming off, and they leaving their stuff there. They leaving the crumbs there
Leaving it there.
because they want more.
That's right.
Diamond and Silk, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well
for
said.
having us.
All right, both.
That's great.
Great personalities. You can coordinate. I like the
thank
purple
you.
and the black.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, ladies.